Everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today is Tuesday, October 30th, 3:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So last night I put up this video of the webinar I did last night, crypto versus Forex versus CFD live stream webinar. That's found on my YouTube channel at Quant Labs. What you'll find in there, it seems that CFDs right now are the best place to be. Here's the analytics dashboard that I have shown multiple times. This is part of my analytics service, and as I've hinted at before, cryptocurrency just does not seem to be going anywhere right now. Volatility is low, volume is low. I don't like what I'm seeing, and you can clearly see here there's just very few movers with very small percent moves compared to what we've seen before of like 10% and above 10%, which was used to be all the time. So as a result, these are the opportunities that lay in front of us, which is possible. Let me just check on the let me just make sure everything's hunky-dory. Yeah, all is well. Okay, let me just go over to my see the P&L on that. This is now again close to 24 hours after the fact of this webinar. So what I'll do is I'll just run my P&L script. Let's see if there's been any new positions added. It was at 89. See, nothing's been added. All been zero movers for the longest time, and most of them have either been nano or when. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so crypto just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So these two ones are helping a lot that I launched late last week. If I looked at the Forex one, which is here, here you'll see it's not as bad as you would think when you look at the 1 hour change of, here we have 4%, 3% moves, but this is like when you're dealing with the Turkish lira, it's so unpredictable, and also with the South African rand. But I am starting to see trends at certain times when things pop, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. But you can clearly see here yesterday, the Turkish lira was doing like everything's flipped. So this is the worst performer. But here you got the Turkish lira against the Japanese yen at 4% move. But yet the euro and the US dollar are the worst performers. So these sort of things I just do not like to see. There just seems to be no consistency. This one, the US dollar and the Thai baht seems to be consistent somewhat. Also the euro Norwegian kroner or krona has been consistent as well. So when you see more of these, those are the ones I probably focus on. And the volumes are pretty respectable as well. When you look at, which one was it? The US dollar and Thai baht. Not so much, but this one within the krone, it's just fairly interesting, but there's just no patterns, it just seems to be volatile. And then we have the CFDs. If you come under CFD here, for the poor man's derivative market, I will tell you we have some winners, even from last night, from late last week. This one right here is doing quite well, has been doing quite well. The UK 10-year bund, and this one I'm really shocked. I've never heard of it actually until I saw this one, started tracking it. This one's been a big winner in my mind. So let me show you what I'm meaning. And this one here, the Indian markets, the 50, is a surprise as well. But you can clearly see all the majors that were taught, the Bund, the Deutsche, these are just tiny movers. You know, you're dealing with 0.3, 0.2 moves. You're not going to go anywhere with that. But when you factor in something like this UK 10-year Bund at 1.76, I can live with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to TradingView.com, and this is the XAUXAG chart. And this is, as I said last night, if you watched that video, it's from Oanda, gold, silver, CFD. look at this return. If you bought in August, and right now it's up roughly from 76 low all the way up to 85 since August. That's in 2 months. That's a pretty nice return considering what we've been going through with the markets being down like they are. So when you come back to the CFD, you would expect gold and silver on their own, and let's say US dollars to be top performers. But guess what? You don't even see them in the top 10. And let me just see where they are. Yeah, they're actually negative. So you think with the markets going down, being down, that they would be good long-term plays. We also talked about sugar, USD, which was really, really good last night. It was up 8% last week. Now it's down to 0. And I did read on Bloomberg today that this trade is pretty well over. There was also coffee was another one that was doing quite well. So we can confirm that, yeah, sugar has come to an end. But so far the UK 10-year Bund is doing okay. And this one as well, the gold-silver index, or the ratio, is doing quite well as well. So you can see that. Also, when you look at the, let me just pull up the, so let me go over to tradingview.com and look at the CFD. You'll clearly see, if I was to look for UK 10-year bond, so UK 10-year bond, this is it here or here, but I'm going to choose this one. That's the CFD again, Oanda. This is the one we're tracking. You can somewhat see it was hovering around 0.89%. So that's not too bad considering, once again, that the markets are down. And you wouldn't know this unless you were watching this on this analytics service that I've got. And it's been pretty consistent. So the other one that I'm quite surprised with is the IN50 at 1. That's an interesting one to watch. That's India. Let me just show you that. Hopefully I can find it. IN50 Bombay Futures, it looks like. So it's a future. Okay, so it's this one right here, the CFD for Rwanda. But it's coming back. It seems to be volatile. So at this point here, the 16th, it was up, but not being familiar with it. Something I definitely would probably put on a watch list. I can actually look at it if I look at my Redis desktop manager for the database, see what's on the watch list. So this I don't publish, or maybe I do. Yeah, most profitable CFDs. This gets filtered, or no, it doesn't. So if I pull up the watch list here, let me just see here. So we want the watch list for CFD. Yeah, so those are the two ones that are being watched right now. The FX, those are pretty big. This one I like, this USD Thai baht. Let me just see how that's going. But this one, I don't know. I'd be interested to see what happens. Let's see what the US dollar Thai baht says. So, if I got that spelt wrong. Let's just see here. Oops. So we are looking for, let me just pull up that table here again. Okay, and okay, it's going through the database, loading it up on the latest data. Okay. All right, so here we go. Latest CFD data, or did I want, oh man, I wanted Forex. Okay, so this is what we wanted, was Forex. was this one, USD THB. That's what I thought I put in. USD THB. There we go. So let's stick with Oanda. Okay, so quite the interesting spike there for July. Obviously, I would say that's something to do with tourism, but it's been steadily moving up. Interesting one to watch, this currency. I don't think even Duca's Copy had it on their list. See if there's any other interesting forex pairs that would I'm interested in. There was the Norwegian. It was a Euro, Norwegian. This one looks interesting as well. The Polish, but it's too early to tell. But yeah, with the forex, it's fairly volatile somewhat. So I have to keep an eye on it. But the CFDs have been pretty consistent. And yeah, you would have done nice in the world of crypto, or sorry, with the CFD here. Basically, the UK 10-year bond and the gilt and the gold and silver. Those would be my two picks right now. But would you have seen it any other way if you didn't use this kind of service? Just so you know, again, today's October 30th. I have this currently on sale here. I'll put it in the description. If you go to the link here, wrong one. So we want the, let me just put this again here. Okay, MKT, and then this one right here. So the link is right here, quantlabs.net MKT or /MKT introduction to quant analytics 2-for-1. So that's the price. That goes until midnight. I have hinted in my emails that they will be combined as an annual service. So that would probably put it up, I think it was more than 6 times over the next few months if things start to prove themselves. And so far, with the CFDs, for sure they are. And the Forex is yet to be determined, but definitely the CFDs are looking good. So again, this is available at this link, and I'll put it in the description as well, which is quantlabs.net /MKT for marketing /introduction to quant analytics -2-4-1. All right, so hopefully I'll help you out, and we shall talk to you soon in probably another video. Over and out.